Guys,
Yeah.
I mean the season has begun. I don't know
Season
about
has begun.
cars are on track. The season has
You guys
begun.
watched it yesterday.
Listen, if you're a Formula One person, you know that the testing is
Basically,
it's just guys doing their stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of sandbagging.
So what's going on in Bahrain? What's going on in Bahrain?
So in Bahrain, I know teams are now testing different aspects. Some are testing how long their cars can go, durability.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that they're testing. They're testing things like porpoising. You remember like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Porpoising, for those who don't know, porpoising is basically cars just bouncing.
Bouncing.
Bam,
yes.
bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, it's for the small cars that they are,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
Guys literally seated next to where the tires are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that
Like,
bouncing is
For
Yeah.
context,
Mercedes
this
doing
is the
that in
driver's
2022 at the
feet
start.
butt.
yeah.
This is the bottom of the car.
Yeah, there's a floor.
Yeah, a few centimeters and a piece of wood
Yeah.
separating them from the tarmac.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
what do we know? What have we learned from? Have you seen anything? Have you
Well,
anything that has indicated what you think the season will look like?
Yes.
From this Bahrain.
what I've seen is that Red Bull are going to dominate. Because
come
they've been
on.
really,
Just after
Tell us
the one,
something we
because
don't
yes, I
know.
know.
listen,
Max
listen.
did well
They have really
yesterday.
been fast in most of the sectors.
Yes, yesterday Max's one was the fastest in all the three sectors.
And they have that fast. The fast. They're leading McLaren and Ferrari by like 0.7 of a second.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
like half a second.
Yeah.
Or more than half a second.
More than half a second.
Yeah. So and in Formula One, my guy, every single
A tenth of a second
Yeah.
can be the difference between you being a
0.0.
champion and not being a champion.
Yeah.
That is true.
2021
Yeah. So
derby.
you know, but guys, Formula One. You know, when you talk about
Yeah.
Yes, I have to remind you
me and B1,
that moment.
me and B1, we are happy.
Yeah,
the two of you.
There's going to be a lot of fire.
jamming, keep
Just
jamming.
hold on, that 2021 season.
I'm here.
That 2021 season.
Someone may need to pass me Muchoma at this point because
Banter.
listen, but Formula One for me, you know, many times when someone comes to you and they find you watching Formula One, they'll ask, why are you watching small cars just going around in circles? It's almost like someone say, how can a grown-up man watch 22 men running off their ball?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
They don't even call it a ball.
Yeah, but you see,
Something wrong.
Some leather
Formula
thing
One-
or whatever.
Of air.
to me, Formula One is basically the highest level of tech in sport.
Okay.
Yeah, because sport is a team sport.
You don't read
Sport is
VAR.
about teams, really.
There's VR at every corner.
Yeah.
You know, apart from 2021. But anyway,
So no. Out of curiosity, what was your first
It was Mercy,
your
not
first
us.
encounter with Formula One? Has you know, was that race before Silverstone, right?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
your first encounter with Formula One, like ever?
okay, the first encounter with Formula One was a toy car that my father left me with.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Shake my hand.
yeah.
Rich
old
people.
man.
It was a red car.
Of course, it had to be. Yeah.
You get what I mean?
This was
Which year was that?
this was 1964 or when was this?
That should have been
75?
1968, but but anyway, that was when 1994, 1993.
Yeah.
I was not yet
It's a
born.
long time.
Yeah.
Can we not give away
Can
that
we not-
information? Let's- okay, so that's when you interacted.
That's when I
with-
interacted with
yeah.
it. Then around 2000, that was the time now when I was sick.
Yeah.
You know, that was the time when I was when I was coming to the end of my treatment with cancer.
Yeah, yeah,
And so basically, I would spend night and day just watching TV.
yeah.
So oftentimes you'd flip around channels and then you see something. You find yourself watching Bundesliga
Yeah,
in the middle
random,
of the night,
yeah.
Portuguese Super League.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you bump on a Formula One. Then you're like, okay.
In
I see
96,
2000.
I thought.
2000. Those were the days of Michael Schumacher, really, you know, and boy was he
was a beast.
good. Yeah.
When
The first time I encountered Formula One was actually a hawker, a street hawker was moving with those cars. Like, I didn't know what it was.
You know when you said a street hawker.
moving on.
I saw it in toy cars. He had like a whole thing of that, but I was
Yeah.
drawn to the red car.
Yeah.
And I had it for the longest time.
Yeah.
So, but the first time I got real access to the sport, I think was like early 2000s in primary school. I'd gone to see an uncle of mine, and I found him watching a race.
Yeah.
And he was a diehard Ferrari
I don't know why I
fan.
never
Yeah.
used to see such things.
So
You never used to.
I used to wonder, like, the first time when I entered the room, they were doing a pit stop, right?
Yes, yes.
And I stopped and I wondered, like, this man.
Mm.
What's up? I sat.
Yeah.
You know when you find yourself seated and
Yeah.
they call you, come get some food.
I get that point. When you're so soaked in.
In the early 90s, the sport wasn't very popular in Africa. And the things that were popular were WRC and things like that.
Yeah.
And my dad back in the early to mid 90s was a big fan of Chipper Adams.
Yeah.
At the time, who we used to call the corner specialist.
Yeah.
And because of that, he loved speed and pace and things like that. By the time I proper interacted with Formula One was, I think, the 98 season. Mick Hakkinen, McLaren. Ooh, that was explosive. My dad dragged me. Yeah, my dad dragged me into the sport. And because my entry point was McLaren, I ideally at the time I should have become a McLaren person.
Absolutely.
But he used to buy me a lot of merchandise, red merchandise.
And McLaren is a success.
And for me, my entry to Formula One was from different sports because my dad loved red. So in terms of football, he bought me Man United merchandise.
Explains why you support a garbage team. Go on.
In terms of
Garbage.
yeah. In terms of basketball, at the time obviously it was the Bulls, right?
And for
there was a
some
lot of
reason now you're
Bulls.
on Celtic.
Which
I
one?
moved on
Green.
from- yeah. And then obviously
Man, and
for Formula
supporting
One,
garbage
it
teams
was
like
Just about kicked
Ferrari
out, but
because it was red.
they have green, right?
Yeah, so for me, my history was 98, very good time.
Yeah.
And then thereafter, things were just brilliant. Schumacher was just, it was a very wonderful sport. It wasn't that marketed in Africa, so you had to go out of your way
Explain.
to watch
have
it,
to
to
watch
find
it.
It was
information.
not that much.
Yeah.
Like in high school,
Special.
you'd go like the library and you're reading through your newspapers. You'd honestly
In the back pages, you see,
see Hamilton, Vettel, Alonso. That's
that's fairly,
Is this sport
recent.
is by only three people?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to see only those three guys. So I thought maybe these are
That's
the only
it.
guys.
Maybe it's like three guys who race every week.
But guys, listen. Of course, when you talk about F1 globally, or in Africa, if you talk about F1 in South Africa, you talk about F1 in Morocco, there's definitely a big catchment.
Yeah.
It's definitely growing in the US.
Yeah.
We all know the US guys love to drive their cars in that Kahili thing that is bending like as though it is
NASCAR.
the NASCAR.
About the NASCAR.
Yeah.
Going
Or
round
the
and-
Indy cars,
yeah.
Daytona.
But in Africa, it's also growing. But in Uganda, I mean, we have had a chance to be in some spaces. I have managed to watch F1. I think really get really grossed into it because of the Gardens Nigeria community.
Yeah.
That was the first time I actually watched F1 with a bunch of
Yeah,
guys who
public, yeah.
understood.
Actually,
Yeah.
also the first time I watched Formula One without people, it was here.
At Gardens,
Yeah.
Gardens, yeah.
I mean, at Gardens, you find guys who are obsessed with the sport because you
Absolutely.
find a guy.
David Pike,
The
guy
problem is
has
that
a-
most of them
yes.
are Mercedes.
Yes,
Than
yeah,
Mercedes.
Guy has
I think
an
you need to
iPad.
highlight that.
Yeah,
It's a problem.
Most of
Yeah,
them are
most of
Mercedes
them,
fans, but
yeah.
you see, the thing is,
They
most of
can
them
make
are
your race
Hamilton
I
Hamilton
saw
fans.
how devastated they were when
Yeah.
the big
when-
news came.
Yeah. when Hamilton-
Most of them are Hamilton fans. That's why today for sure,
Actually-
Tony ran away because I
Actually,
came with a
in
Ferrari
Formula One, I've
jersey.
tried to ask like more people around here,
Yeah.
like Ugandans. We are individual fans. Someone tells me, I'm a Hamilton fan. Me, I'm a Max fan. Me, I'm a
Yeah.
Sainz fan. Me, I'm a
Daniel Ricciardo fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what? I think to be fair, there should be room for that as well.
For that, yeah.
There should be room
So
because
Does that mean those guys are going to Ferrari in maybe?
and yeah,
next year?
and they have every right to. They have every right to. In my opinion, and I say this as somebody who has watched not just Formula One but different sports over a period of time, that sometimes you get attracted to the sport because of an individual, right?
Yeah.
I know people who, for example, fell in love with Arsenal because of Thierry Henry.
Absolutely.
And
By
if-
the way, that
if-
man has
if-
blood on his hands.
If at
Yeah.
the time Thierry Henry had moved, say, to Liverpool, or to Man City, they would have moved with him because he defined football for them. Right? So you can't blame the same way people move with Ronaldo.
Ronaldo and
We
Messi.
move with him
and
all
Messi.
the time. Yeah,
I
move
can't
with
blame
him.
them. But there are also people like myself who, for whom the team is bigger than the individual.
The individual,
right?
yeah.
So
Lies.
so
No, for
it's
example,
true.
by the way,
So,
old Ferrari,
you-
old Ferrari heads.
yeah.
The team is bigger.
Drivers come and go. Drivers come and go. But the
Michael
established-
Schumacher came and won titles.
Yes.
He left.
Yeah.
Sebastian
Everybody
Vettel came
comes,
in.
You come and
Alonso
go.
came in.
Yeah. It's
Kimi
okay.
Räikkönen came in.
Now you have saying
Massa.
Now we
Like you
have
come and go. You
By
come
the
and go.
Carlos Sainz. By the
only
way,
man-
Carlos Sainz.
Yes, respect that.
the
guy.
only man who won. a
The
race
only man
last-
to beat Red Bull.
Only man to beat Red Bull.
Yeah.
Respect him.
No, that race was so bad for us. I got
It doesn't matter.
disappointed.
When
I
you
didn't
beat
even
it,
finish it.
when you beat it,
Adrian fixed it. Adrian fixed it.
when you beaten,
Were you
Leave me
beaten
alone.
though?
We were beaten. I accept that.
yeah. I have seen that there's a desire for the sport to
There
grow in
is,
Uganda
there
as
is.
well. For example, I've seen now more go-karts being
Yeah. Go-karting tracks.
trucks coming up in the
Yeah.
country.
Yes.
I know the guys of Meraki. Perhaps we'll visit you guys very soon.
Meraki, Lugoa too.
The
I
Lugoa guys
will.
who have also seen you.
All these
Busika.
guys.
We'll probably come there.
Yeah.
Never know, we might even come to Nairobi, you know.
The good fun fact is most, if not all, Formula One technocrats, drivers,
Yeah.
all those people, they begin their careers, on the kart.
Absolutely.
Kart,
Yeah.
So anybody who has a child that is interested in go-karting or whatever,
There's an
support
opportunity.
their dream. Support
Yeah.
their dream. They may not necessarily end up,
True.
in a Formula One, but it's an entry point.
It's
an-
Formula One in Uganda.
Yeah.
But also, there are massive championships for go-karting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Have they started in Uganda yet?
No, I don't know if we have them yet, but there are people who get themselves together and arrange a weekend, and you have so many go-karting guys, and it can be exciting. It can be very, very exciting.
I mean, Meraki last year organized some really great tournaments.
Yeah, yeah.
And there were some kids who just were blowing
And they-
my mind.
I wish
Absolutely.
that all the karting companies that are around Meraki, there's one in Lugoa,
Lugoa, yeah.
and then
Much
in Musika, like they all merge, and then they do
They do
like
like a,
I think
like a
I've had that
a
conversation.
championship.
I've
Yeah,
had
I
about
think
that
they're working
Would be
on something.
better.
Yeah.
And then like they do like for kids during the Christmas season, when they're in holidays, it would be a very good thing. So like the kids get interested, they know. After this, that's where like Formula One guys come from, like from the
that would be
start.
dope.
Absolutely,
Nice.
absolutely.
Look, this is how bad it is for Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Whenever they enter a place, there will be a Mercedes person
Yeah.
with a pen and a paper, right?
Oh.
So yes, this is what they do. Whenever
what they
they enter the place and they're like, "Do you know Lewis Hamilton? Yeah, guys, this is the guy. This please sign up. here."
Sign up.
I may have to go on the black market though to buy a red shirt.
Good thing. That's true. Good thing. At the end of December.
I'm gifting red
The
apparels.
first weekend of
Yeah,
December.
yeah.
It's when the 2024 season is going to end. So
Yeah.
after that, the Lewis Hamilton story at Mercedes is going to.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen.
So
They're ready. They're
using
ready.
that card for recruiting people,
it's
say
done.
bye bye to it.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah.
And somewhere I saw that they are starting to have conversations with Checo Perez.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
picture yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw a
Yeah.
picture yesterday.
Yeah.
Danny wants to sit, eh?
Toto was
Toto.
having a conversation
No,
with
Danny.
Perez.
So Ricardo wants to sit, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but we also saw Helmut Marko, Christian Horner, having a conversation with the father and grandfather of Carlos Sainz.
Look, these conversations will happen. It's fine.
But you
At
guys
this
know,
stage, at the
you
picture
guys know
stage.
that the combination of Max's dad and Carlos's dad is extremely not good for team.
It's violent.
Yeah,
It is not
yeah,
good for team.
yeah.
What are you
But I mean, let's find out.
Listen,
let's find
Carlos
out. Let
Sainz
them
is
get
back.
into
I love
FC.
it.
Yeah.
I love it when F1 is all
I
about
really-
like
Chaos.
I love the
Me,
competition.
I really want Max to be with Lando on the same
Lando
team.
Norris.
And then when I saw the contract,
that's
Romance,
never happened.
situation-
romances,
yes,
though.
I have to
that's
say
what I want.
that might not happen
Yeah.
because the high chance of Lando crossing from
if he doesn't
McLaren.
win a race this season, there's
No,
a
you see, the thing
chance.
is, and I keep telling people this, this is the reality. Yeah, this is the reality, the unfortunate reality. Everyone is a Ferrari fan. You get what I mean?
Not me.
Maybe,
I've never been, and I
maybe
will
let's
never
not push
be.
that agenda. Maybe let's
Let's
not.
not
You
push
and I
it.
are.
That's what.
But perhaps let's not push that agenda, because, like I said, there are people who have never seen Ferrari in their heyday, so they don't understand this conversation you're having of everyone's a Ferrari fan. All this,
Yes, Vettel said
all
you
this
shouldn't
discussion
draw it to us.
No, but-
that
but I've said
Vettel,
it.
you
He
know,
drove for us. Remember?
I said it when
and at the time Vettel was right that everybody secretly,
At
because
that
at the
time.
time,
Yeah,
At that time.
at the time, Ferrari is this
So-
traditional team.
and
But
I'll tell
some
you
people
what.
don't
I'll tell
understand
you
that.
what. Max Verstappen will drive for Ferrari one day.
Okay, let's enough with the dreams. Enough with the dreams. Enough with the dreams.
No.
Me, I'm here to assure you.
No.
But
Enough
guys,
with the dreams.
we are in Bahrain.
Yeah.
We are in Bahrain.
Yes.
There's been a lot of talk about the cars that have been released. But for me, the one thing that's really making me happy is Red Bull are teasing the no side pods. And
The
and
zero
the
side.
zero side pods.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what side pods are, you have got to look at.
Just look at an F1 car and see those rounded thighs.
Those things are like
the
this.
on the
Yeah,
side.
yeah, the hips.
Yeah,
we
but
call
they've
them the hips.
decided.
Yeah.
Us, we don't want them.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
They're like this.
They're minus.
Yeah.
The thing is,
They realize they don't work,
yeah.
so
And
they
have
said,
ordered.
let's copy our friends.
Yeah.
They're like this, but now
Yeah.
Red Bull is like, yo,
Listen, I've ever seen an orange. Have you ever seen an orange cut from above?
Yes.
That is how Ferrari looked like
wow.
in
This is-
2022
It's
with
very
those side pods.
unflattering.
That it was just like, yes,
it was enough.
No,
Bruh.
but I think that take
Oh.
probably at least from what we are hearing, it will probably come in the colder races. Probably
they're
Japan
teasing
and
Japan
thereabout.
or Singapore. Around.
So first for Bahrain and Australia and perhaps Saudi Arabia, which is
they're
a
looking at
a bit
the
hot.
ones that don't favor
May
them.
not, yeah.
Just in case
So
it
in
fails.
case, like,
Just
our fans need to
Yeah.
be able to say, "Sure."
It's
because of
understandable.
This small thing, yeah.
The thing though that I give them,
I'm not.
I give Red
You guys
Bull
are
credit
saying.
for
Yeah.
is
You see, I think.
is
Japan.
not sitting back
Yeah.
and assuming that because you
We are
won
going
because you won the
Singapore.
previous season.
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know what's
I
going on.
don't know
here.
what's going on
We may
here.
need a small ring somewhere.
Yes. After this.
So I was just
Someone
saying
else.
that the one thing I appreciate Red Bull for is,
Yeah.
despite winning, the drivers and constructors and whatever,
Yeah.
they haven't sat back and said,
Absolutely.
"Look, the machine we had was good," which it was.
Yeah.
They're finding ways to
The
elevate the game, which
RB19, one of the
the-
best cars
what
of
that
all
does
time.
what that does across the board is everybody has to raise their game, and for me that's
Absolutely.
a good thing for the sport. It's
Yeah.
good for Formula One, because if Red Bull that won everything is still elevating their game, that means everybody else has got to raise
No,
their game. So
I-
for me that's a big takeaway. The worry though is if it works, the season is over.
Guys,
If it works, the season is over before
And
it starts.
what I can tell you now.
The thing is,
Are we
if
counting
it
this
works,
season? Are we counting
if
this
it
season?
works,
Yeah.
guys, don't start complaining like in
They-
March.
Yeah.
It's boring. It
will be boring, of
It
course.
will be boring.
It will be.
Listen, I've watched
So
Lewis.
before we
I've
go any
Mercedes.
further, are you guys going to watch Drive to Survive tomorrow? Because
No, we
the
have
last
to.
season was
We have to.
boring.
No, we.
Because
we
everyone was saying
will.
that.
We will. There's always backroom drama. For
Thank
example, we have seen the line out of the episodes.
I have a line. I have a thing about Drive to Survive.
Mhm.
For me, the reason I actually went like a season or two. I'm just restart. I've just decided,
Or to
what?
go back
to go back into it.
Let me go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But it was when they started pushing certain narratives.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Remember,
yes.
remember,
Remember
remember,
We had
let's-
a whole planet and alienated
remember
mugs.
the
Yeah.
cut.
Guys
yeah.
were even throwing stuff at him and
Yeah.
what? Because one director decided this is how we're
They needed
Yeah.
it.
We're
Yeah.
going to show
Yeah.
you.
I decided
That's
to
how we're
first
going to
step
shoot
back.
this.
Remember,
No,
I
but you
stepped
see,
back.
like,
It was
Liberty
on
Media, that's what
Zone
Liberty
four.
Media is
Zone
going
four.
to do.
Absolutely.
It's an American company, so
Yeah.
they're always going
Yes.
to be looking for what's the catch.
They,
Where's
yeah,
the
they
drama?
need to. They need to. They need to
Because-
make money.
and-
Because we've said F1 is basically rich guys driving on track. They're not looking for drama.
Remember, we won.
Yeah.
We won almost all the races,
Yeah.
but they will try and get the drama.
There will always be the drama. I mean, if you've won
Yeah.
19 of 22 races, how much drama is there? There's not much, but they will find a way. And for me, as a person who watches the sport and loves the sport,
Yeah.
I want the drama. I love the
excitement. drama. Yeah.
I want
There's
the
a
pit
line I
lane
saw from
confusion. I
Gasly.
want the
Like
fight.
I was watching the trailer. Said we were like we'll never be best friends. So I want to know, was it to someone else, like a teammate, or
Yeah.
was it, what is the name? The teammate's name?
Who's this? Who are we talking about?
Gasly.
Pierre Gasly.
Pierre
Pierre
Gasly
Gasly.
and
Gasly.
And Daniel Kvyat.
No,
No.
that tall guy, Esteban Ocon.
Ocon.
Yeah, he said the line like we'll never be best friends. So, and there were rumors like people were saying that Gasly and Ocon are not friends.
Yeah.
So, I want to
that's
see,
drama we need to
that's a
uncover.
drama they're going to
That's
see.
drama we need. Speaking of drama,
Yeah.
we had news about Christian.
Christian Horner.
Horner.
Yeah, man,
Guys.
right?
What's going on?
They haven't told us like what exactly. I haven't like researched more about it. Like they talk about assault, what it would affect the team.
Yeah.
They're talking much about it, but they haven't showed us like
Yeah.
what exactly it is. But I feel like it might affect us.
There are allegations that were fronted by a yet to be named person.
The way they
Just
are,
want to know.
who said that she had been
the way they get
some of the words they use
keeping
are
that person's
harassed,
name.
right?
Man. We need to know who that
by
person
Christian
is.
Horner.
Aggressive management
Aggressive, yeah.
style.
He's very commanding. He's very-
But isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
The guys of results,
So-
that's how they are.
So what has happened
It
is
happens to most
the
managers and principals.
guys back in Southbank have decided that they're going to investigate it internally.
Yeah.
And this is Red Bull energy drink.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not Red Bull dressing.
Yeah, because Red Bull Energy Drink is the parent company.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what's happening is, as they investigate this situation internally, they've been calls from everywhere. For example, Toto Wolff is saying it needs to be a public.
Yeah.
People need to see what's happening. People need to,
Yeah, after the 2021
yeah.
That one is
it
a
has to be
hater.
public.
So there's all these things saying, but then
Hater,
Christian
hater.
Horner has said he is not.
He's denying
First of all, he's unequivocally denying all the allegations.
Allegations.
Secondly, he has said he's not stepping down.
Hey, for him, he
Let
refused.
them do their investigation. They
What
find
is
that-
it?
Please,
if
go
they find
ahead.
that
I
he's-
have a
but then
championship
he has
to
a job.
win.
And I
Go
agree with
ahead,
you. And I agree
investigate
with you.
whatever you want to do.
Let
But
them-
I'm here. I'm not going
Let them
anywhere.
investigate. If they find that he's guilty, then he will step away.
Yeah.
And for me, look, I hate Red Bull. I really do.
Yeah,
But I have extreme respect
I don't mind
for Christian Horner. I'll tell you this: that Christian Horner, a long time ago, I think 91 or 92.
I feel exactly like he does.
listen, I hate Mercedes.
Listen, in 91 or
It's
92,
repulsive.
Christian Horner
I don't have a problem with
Christian
Ferrari.
Horner won a Renault
Start to have-
championship.
start to-
Yeah,
start to-
and at the time, as a driver,
Yeah.
at the time he had this hunger. He was a young man, and he was coming into.
Just
he
never
was-
broke out to
yeah.
the professional level.
Now in 97, during the preseason testing, this is a funny story. During the preseason testing, they were in Lisbon, restaurant in Lisbon, and Christian Horner was following Juan Pablo Montoya
Yeah.
through the corners.
Yeah.
Juan Pablo Montoya was abnormally fast. So at the end of the race, Christian Horner was having this interview, and he said, "You know what? I love Formula One. I want to be an extremely good driver. However, I don't think I have half the tenacity that Juan Pablo Montoya
has.
So what I will do is, after this season, I'll step back into management." He was just about 25 or
25, yeah.
And he's now the longest
He
serving team
stepped
principal.
back into
Yes.
management. That was a very tough thing to do.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to win a championship as a driver.
Yeah.
He said, because I don't have the tenacity, I don't have the fight, I don't have the, I can't do
I
what
can't
this
do
guy-
what these guys do. Yeah.
And from that time, and in 2004, when Red Bull decided to, bring their money and
Yeah. Splash money,
whatever.
unnecessary money.
Yeah, and he became
What is
the
wrong
team
with you?
principal.
A very
From
useless
then
team.
on,
Yeah.
Right.
from then on, the things that Christian Horner has done, not just for Red Bull, for Formula One,
Yeah.
for Formula One as a sport,
That's-
are tremendous.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are extremely tremendous. The least we can do now is
Yeah.
give him that respect.
True.
Yeah.
Until proven otherwise.
That's
'Cause
why
also
I
remember-
don't agree with Wolf, because
Yeah.
if they try to put these allegations like make them
No,
public,
I think
Yeah.
it might, like, there's an impact that's going to happen to Formula, because guys are going to be like, this guy has been here with us since
Yeah.
2004.
But don't we need that?
But what do we need?
Don't we need it? If somebody was harassed, don't we need it?
Don't you? Wouldn't you want
Later,
justice?
like when the investigations are complete, not like at the start, because right now they're
To be
still
honest,
To be honest, the problem. No, for me, here's my honest. Yeah. At the end of the day, Red Bull season is going to be tough. Not on the track per se, because you have a blisteringly
back
fast
in the
car.
office, yeah.
But
With
it's
Max
going to be
Verstappen.
the back end things that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to cost him.
Knowing the media, they feed off chaos.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're going to keep bringing this up
The
all the time.
British
And there's a
media
way,
is going to crucify us this season.
and given the fact that
Everything.
you guys denied most of the British media access
Yeah.
last season,
Yeah.
Guys,
yeah. So predictions, and as we're doing that, I need a big guy in, yeah, our team principal,
Oh, team principal. Yes.
the guy with the money, yeah.
Low budget Toto.
Who are we thinking is going to nick the constructors?
They have listened to Lewis for the first time because you remember the sitting situation was a bit of a trick, but also the floor. All of these things have been sorted. I can guarantee you, if we focus, or if Mercedes focuses, then it's a good.
So Mercedes constructors.
It's a good, yeah.
Constructors, for me, it's a battle between Ferrari and Red Bull.
Ferrari and Red Bull.
Ferrari and
Where's
Red
your money?
My money, for a very surprising reason, my money is on McLaren. I don't know why.
We have McLaren for the season constructors. Where is your constructors going?
My constructors is going to the consistency
Of Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Okay. I thought
But
so
is
too.
it?
I thought
Okay,
so
when
too.
you're doing the win, but honestly, I think it's Red Bull. McLaren, if Ferrari is not careful.
Where's your?
Where's yours?
Red Bull.
Obviously. What do you think might come second?
Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's bold.
Yeah,
That's
I
bold.
watched
I'm a Ferrari person, but I think Red Bull is going to take it. Unfortunately, I think Mercedes might come second.
Well, that's what we had for today. I want to say thank you so much to our partners, Moving Ads, who are the production house for this. We also want to say very many thanks to the Gardens Nigeria.
Wonderful
who,
place. Beautiful place.
Listen, I need to go and
Wonderful
eat food
place.
right after this. I'm so hungry.
Yep.
But and they have beautiful food, yeah. Amazing people as
Delicious.
well. So thank you so much.
Just different.
We will be back
Very cold.
in Bahrain.